Hello, my name is Theophilus Asante, and then the topic for today is platform supply chain. This is the outline of my presentation. So when we usually talk of platform supply chain, it's a form of supply chain or it's an era of supply chain, which is the one we are in right now. And then the difference between that and the traditional supply chain is, for the traditional supply chain, the connection between the players used to be in a linear form. But these days, they are in an ecosystem that is interconnected with, or interconnected through digital platforms. So like you can see the picture side by side, this is for traditional supply chain and this is for platform supply chain. Okay, so supply chain, it didn't start as platform supply chain, it also has a history. So before the 1990s, we used to go by the traditional supply chain, and then everything was manual at that time. So at that point, the manufacturer is supposed to contact their supplier, they get the goods, they produce whatever they are producing. They also contact their distributors, who in turn contact their retailers, and then to the final consumer. And then they move into the integrated supply chain era. That was 1990s to 2005. Here they were more, the focus was more on ERP, that is the enterprise resource planning. And then after 2005, or between 2005 and 2015, the focus came to digital supply chain. And at this stage, the focus was on big data and Internet of Things in order to analyze consumer behavior and then also produce or advertise products you think they are interested into them. So an example of this is, let's say right now, metadata, we have Facebook, Instagram, and then WhatsApp. Let's say you talk to somebody on WhatsApp about buying an iPhone, and then you go on the internet, Facebook or Instagram, the first advert you see is iPhone 16, iPhone 17. This is what the digital supply chain entails, and this is how they are able to get the data through big data and Internet of Things. And then last to our familiar topic, platform supply chains. At this time, what is going on is that there is a platform that connects all players of a particular supply chain. So for example, let's say in Ghana, we talk of Kiku and then Jumia. They are supply chain platforms in a way that Kiku itself is not a seller, it's like a marketplace, and then it outsources their products from the sellers. The sellers are on the platform, and the customers are also on the platform. And then on the same platform, they have systems like logistics services and then payment support systems. So when somebody goes to the platform, they are able to conduct all their businesses on the platform without needing a third-party website to complete it. This is what we mean by platform supply chain. So the core concept, why did we think of going from the previous supply chain eras to platform supply chain? So here we are saying that it is better for data integration. Since all the players have access to the activities of other players, it's easier to forecast what you will need. Or for example, let's say in this platform, on this platform, I have access to what my suppliers are producing, what my warehouse can take, and then what my buyers may request. So I'm able to make better planning on inventory and all other logistics. Okay. And then another reason is the network ecosystem, which what I've just explained. And then we have the scalability and adaptability. If you have a platform designed like this, what it means is that you are open to business for everywhere. All sellers can access your platform, and then all buyers, irrespective of where they are, they can also access your platform. And then the backbone of all this is digital platform, that is the cloud computing and the use of databases. The architecture. So this is platform supply chain from the ground up, where you start and then where you end. So the first layer is the interface layer. That is it going to be available on phone via apps, Is it going to be available on a web platform? And then the dashboard that you, the owner of the platform, will be viewing activities from. So the second layer, we are talking of the players in the supply chain system. What platform do you have for them? So we have the option for the suppliers can access it here, manufacturers to the logistics department, the retailers, and as well as what customers all have, accounts, or they have a login at this level. And then the next one is the platform service layer. This is where the system or this department is supposed to compute whatever input the previous layer enters. So let's say a customer makes an order, the backroom staff or the backroom office, they are supposed to manage the order, and then if they make payment, they are supposed to process and confirm it. And then also for the Kiku situation, for example, if I make an order for Kiku and then I'm in Asokore Mampong, their platform is going to match me to a rider that comes to this area, and then they will make the delivery. You see? And the same for the warehouse. We know the goods that are coming in and the goods that are leaving. So we can always supply it at adequate capacity. And then also we have the data layer. Right now, the customer has done all that they want to do. The customers have done all that they want to do. We have some data of what they ordered. So we know that this customer, this is their consumer behavior. And then we also are able to track shipments in order to see that the logistics people have done their part and then what's not. So the last point is the platform infrastructure layer. This is where all the databases, the APIs are stored. And this is where cybersecurity is checked to avoid people abusing the platform. So here we have 10 platforms. In case you want to scale up your business, you want to move from the traditional or digital supply chain to platform. These are softwares you can use. And now to our next point, why the need for platform supply chain? We've already spoken about scalability. If you make the business available on the internet and then you have a good platform, people from wherever are able to access it and sell. And the same applies to other people, other buyers. They can also apply for wherever they are and then do business on the platform. And then also gives transparency. If I am buying something online and then I can speak to the supplier, I can speak to the company I'm buying from, I can make payment on it, and then I can communicate for my logistics in terms of availability and everything. I think the business is more transparent than leaving everything to one person to handle. And then it gives the company the leverage. Right now the company has the whole system monitored, and then they are able to govern it to the best of their advantage. So here we are talking of practical industrial situations, and then we are going to look at Alibaba.
Manage their own inventory and sell products directly to you, controlling every step from storage to delivery. But Alibaba is different. It doesn't just sell products, it creates opportunities for millions of businesses to reach customers worldwide. It's a digital ecosystem, a vast interconnected network that links together manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, and hundreds of millions of customers across the globe. Think of Alibaba as the architect of a digital city, building the roads, banks, and communication lines that make modern commerce possible in the digital age. Instead of owning inventory, Alibaba empowers others to sell. It provides the essential tools, advanced payment systems, and seamless logistics that make global trade accessible to anyone. The more sellers join the platform, the more buyers are attracted, creating a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle of growth and opportunity for all participants. Sellers can access smart logistics, secure digital payments, marketing tools, and even business loans, all within Alibaba's ever-expanding ecosystem. Every part of the system strengthens the others, making the platform more valuable, efficient, and innovative for everyone involved. Alibaba isn't just an online store. It's the invisible engine powering a new digital infrastructure for global trade, connecting continents and cultures. This is the story of how Alibaba built an entire digital economy, an ecosystem that goes far beyond a simple marketplace, shaping the future of commerce worldwide. Unlike traditional retailers, Alibaba doesn't buy or sell goods itself. It connects buyers and sellers. Its platforms like Taobao and Tmall act as digital landlords, earning revenue from advertising and commissions, not product markups. This model aligns Alibaba's interests with its merchants. Their success is Alibaba's success. Sellers get integrated tools for marketing, payments, and shipping, lowering barriers to global entrepreneurship. On Alibaba.com, manufacturers and buyers worldwide connect directly, with Alibaba providing trust and security. It's a digital Silk Road, linking the world's workshops to global markets without ever touching the goods. Alibaba's power comes from 4 interconnected pillars: commerce, logistics, finance, and cloud computing. Each pillar is essential, and together they create a powerful, self-reinforcing ecosystem that drives Alibaba's success. Commerce includes Taobao, Tmall, and Alibaba.com, massive marketplaces for every kind of business, from small local shops to global enterprises. These platforms connect millions of buyers and sellers, making it easy to find anything you need. Logistics is powered by Cainiao, a smart network that coordinates thousands of delivery partners using data and AI. Cainiao's technology ensures packages move efficiently across cities and borders. Cainiao optimizes shipping, making it faster and cheaper for sellers of all sizes. This means customers get their orders quickly, and businesses can scale up without worrying about logistics. Finance is anchored by Ant Group and Alipay, which started as an escrow service and now offers payments, loans, and insurance. These financial tools empower both consumers and merchants to transact with confidence. Alipay builds trust and unlocks e-commerce for millions, making digital payments simple, secure, and accessible to everyone. Alibaba Cloud is the backbone, powering real-time data, AI, and machine learning for the entire ecosystem. It supports everything from personalized shopping to fraud detection and logistics optimization. These pillars form a closed loop, each one reinforcing the others, creating a network effect that strengthens Alibaba's reach and resilience. The result? A seamless, scalable system for global commerce, where technology and innovation drive efficiency at every step. Alibaba's ecosystem is more than a company. It's a digital infrastructure for trade, connecting people, businesses, and ideas across the world.
Okay, so that is the Alibaba situation, and I think the practicality of the video will make everything easier for all of us to understand.
Manage their own inventory.
So we've dealt with Alibaba, that is a global industrial giant. Now we are going to bring it to Ghana. We have Kiku, a shopping platform in Ghana, and then over here, this is a recorded video to demonstrate Kiku having the characteristics of what a platform supply chain. Okay. So here I'm on the website, and then you could see I have an account. Yes. So I decide to shop, and then I go to the shoes category. I click on the shoe. I scroll for a bit and then realize the third shoe I saw is what I want to get. So I go back to it and then I select it. I select my size and color as well as quantity. So what I want to show here is the fact that there is a platform for me to communicate with the seller of the item. So I scroll down and then click on the store. View store. So when I go to the page, there is an option for me to talk with the customer. So I click on that to talk with the seller. So I click on that. And then this is my text box for me to send whichever message I want to send. But for the basis of our presentation and then the time constraint, I won't do that. I'll go back to the item and then try making payment. So I scroll up again and I go to my cart. The item is there. I click on buy now, and then because I've already created an account here, this is my the address I gave, and then I have the option to select for delivery or for pickup. And this aspect is the logistics, the involvement of the logistics on the platform, right? So right now, I can choose where I want the item to be delivered. That is a service that is allowed on the platform to complete its platformness. Okay. So I choose the self pickup. Then I scroll down to make payment. So here too, this is another thing I want to show. It means that they also have a payment platform where I can make payment for everything that I buy. I don't have to use a third-party app or a third-party system. So what this video is showing is that Kiku as a platform, they have sellers on there, they have buyers, they have logistical services, and also a payment platform. You understand? So what it does is that I the buyer can communicate with all these three other parties in order to ensure that what I bought gets to me at the time I want. Thank you. Okay, so right now we have an idea of what is currently happening. I want to enter the future with you people, and then we see what the future holds for supply chain, not just platform supply chain, but I see the current era we are in now is the platform supply chain. So after here, what's next?
Future trends in supply chain management. As technology advances, the supply chain management field is also evolving. Some future trends in supply chain management include increased use of automation and robotics can help improve efficiency and reduce warehouse operations and order fulfillment costs. Implementation of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning. These technologies can help with demand forecasting, inventory optimization, and logistics planning. Adoption of blockchain technology. This can provide greater visibility and transparency in supply chains, improving traceability and reducing the risk of fraud. Focus on supply chain resiliency. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the need for resilient supply chains that quickly adapt to unexpected disruptions. As a result, there may be an increased emphasis on risk management and building more flexible and agile supply chain processes. Dive into our previous video to uncover exciting insights about the future of supply chain management.
Okay, so back from the future. We have a summarized SWOT analysis for platform supply chain. So to start, we are going to deal with the strength, and then like already stated, the positives include the high scalability due to digital platforms, and then how data sharing is easier and then fast. And then also the fact that when the thing is connected to the network, or the thing is in the network form, the value is expected to grow as soon as users start growing. That is also an advantage. And the fact that there is faster coordination between all the players in the supply chain. The weaknesses. We are not supposed to leave everything in the hands of the technology like that. You mean, if we leave everything to the internet, there is a possibility that the network will be down, or let's say you're in a rural area, it will be difficult to access it. And that is one weakness of platform supply chain. And then also, these days, data privacy, invasion of data privacy is on the rise. People are collecting data in all situations for all manner of things, and it's difficult to control with our platforms. And then also, even though in the long run, if it goes well, you are going to reap benefits. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to put up this system. And then for that reason, smaller firms are not able to do it. So they have to depend on the big businesses that have the platform. And then we all know that over dependency is not something that is good. Okay. There are still opportunities. You see, businesses are more likely to go global in this era than before. And then also the use of AI and big data, they've simplified things. You don't have to work too much to get certain things. With the help of AI and big data, everything is easily accessible. And then you're also able to connect more suppliers and then more buyers worldwide. And right now, e-commerce is growing, the same as digital logistics, and it makes sense to take advantage of this development. And then our threats. There is increasing competition among platforms. Okay, so practical experience, I used to work with the Kiku platform, and then our main rival at the time was Jumia. You see, so when it was time to source local suppliers onto the app, every customer we visited at the time had either had a visit from Jumia before us, or they visited them right after we did. So you see, for the competition, it's also a threat, and people are liable to do wrong things in order to gain certain advantages. And then it's difficult to regulate. Understand? And even the government finds it difficult to regulate what happens on the internet. How much more a company, that has limited resources. And then also cyber attacks and data breaches. So that one too, the practical experience would be my time as Kiku. People used to initiate payments and then they just enter any mobile money number that comes to their head. If the prompt goes to somebody that doesn't know how, or that doesn't have that level of technical know-how, they are just going to enter their PIN, and then people will be buying items with their mobile money, and then the use of Visa cards and all sorts of payment platforms. And then also for the monopolization, if I am the only person that is able to create a platform for this particular supply chain, nobody can challenge me. I'm in a position to manipulate things to my advantage. So in conclusion, we are saying that the platform supply chains, they are transforming how businesses are being conducted these days, and then how businesses are managing their supply chains. They are able to connect all the players through digital platforms, which improves efficiency, transparency, and also help them in making data-driven decisions. As global markets become more digital, more companies are willing to adopt the platform approach in order to remain or attain competitiveness and then adapt to the changing environment. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you. I will take questions now.